You're watching Face to Face, live from the CSL studio. Your hosts, Nesta, Cann.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Face to Face. Yours truly, Nesta Cann. And today we have a special guest in the studio who goes by the name of Judy Ann-Bryan.
Hi, y'all. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
How you doing?
I'm great. I'm amazing.
So tell us what's new. What have you been up to these days?
Well, just grinding here, trying to become the billionaire that I'm supposed to be. That's all. Trying to live the American dream.
I hear that. So tell us about one of the many businesses that you have that's successful right now. Being a travel agent. Tell us about that and what made you decide to choose that field, pursue that career.
Well, funny enough, I've been in the airline industry for over 10 years.
Right.
And so I love traveling. I love anything having to do with traveling. And so, a good friend of mine, we used to work at JetBlue together. He and his fiance decided to start a travel agency, and now it is the #1 Black-owned travel agency in America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the name of it is TripVax Corporation. That's TRIPVAX Corporation. Google us. Yeah, it's amazing because we have the most, like I said, it's the #1 Black-owned travel agency, and we have agents all over the world. In the Caribbean especially, in pretty much almost every Caribbean country, Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, you name it, we have agents everywhere, especially located in the United States, in different states, etc. So, yeah, it was just a no-brainer. Like, why not be a travel agent? Hello? And, everyone knows me for traveling. They see my Facebook. They see my Instagram, posting pictures. Even my Snapchat, I'm posting pictures. So they're like, oh, Judy, I want to travel. I'm like, okay, well, hey, come on over. Yeah.
So what excites you about being a travel agent?
Well, obviously the traveling part of it. You know what it is? Growing up, it was when you're growing up and you're going to school, you're looking in your textbooks, and you're seeing these pictures of these places, and you're learning about Mesopotamia. You're learning about Japan. You're learning about the war here. You're learning about all these different places that major events happened. And guess what? You have no connection to that place because you're like, all right, I'm in America. I'm in whatever year I'm in school, whether it's 2000 or whatever year you were going to school. So you're not really connected to the place. Now you get the opportunity to go to these places that you read about in textbooks, that you read about you hear about on the news. If you hear that something happened here, or this major attraction, like the largest, what do you call that? The wheel. What do you call
in London?
That? The Ferris wheel, the largest Ferris wheel in Singapore, things like that. When you hear about these major attractions and major things happening, guess what? Now you get to be a part of it. And people, especially in America, I think we're so forget America. In New York, I think we're so geared to working.
Yeah.
And, coming from a Caribbean family, everyone's about work, hard work. And you hardly get their idea of playing is going back to Jamaica. Whereas now, no, I'm not going back to Jamaica. I'm going to other countries to experience the world. There's an entire world out there.
Yeah.
It's just, now I get the opportunity to send you there. That's it.
Do you have any previous experience in sales?
Yes, I actually have a lot of experience in sales. In fact, I've been in sales since I was a kid. So I officially started working when I was 16. I started off in McDonald's. So a lot of people don't know. Yeah, part of working in McDonald's is sales. Because obviously, what's the first thing you say? Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you? Right? And then the next thing is you order, hey, I want a #1. Hi, would you like to upgrade that to a large or supersize it, as I believe they used to say?
Right.
So I've been in sales for a while. After that, I've worked on different projects, such as I've worked in retail. I've worked in hospitality in the restaurant industry. I've also worked I've actually done some projects with Grace Foods where I'd actually go out to different supermarkets to help get new products that Grace is trying to promote, and get it out there to, promote these new products so that people will start to buy it, so that now these supermarkets can actually buy it and sell it in their supermarket. I've done, I used to sell home security systems.
Wow.
I used to go door to door. I have absolutely no shame. I will come to your business, and once you know your product.
Yeah.
And another thing, it's not just about knowing your product. It's even better once you believe in your product. Once you believe in your product, it's nothing. It's not a sale anymore. Now you're trying to show these people, hey, I know this thing is great. I want you to know that it's great.
Right.
So you don't have to really convince them. The product should be able to sell itself.
Yeah.
So, so I've done all types of things. Like I said, I used to help business owners, help them save money on their everyday overhead bills. So I used to also sell merchant accounts. So I'd come in, whether you have merchant accounts or not. I used to go in and see your old, if you have it already, I would see your old bill, and I'd see how I could save you as a business owner money on your merchant account. So I'm used to going and just talking to people and helping people. I like to help people because I used to especially focus on in the black neighborhoods, especially because these business owners, they're being beaten by these large corporations and these mom and pop shops. They want to be able to save money but still make money because they have families to feed as well. So I've been in sales for a very long time, and I love helping people. I love dealing with people.
Right.
I do better when people are involved. So
nice. Let's talk about your clients. Okay. How important is it to find the lowest fare for your clients?
You know what? I don't ever look at it as just finding the lowest fare for my client, because sometimes it's all about quality. So my thing is, I always try to, I generally try to beat whatever price is out there online, but at the same time, I want to make sure that you're getting quality.
Right.
So I always ensure that you have, because again, my thing is, I can't tell you what your budget is.
Right.
And a lot of people, they think, I want the cheapest everything, right? But then, okay, so say, for instance, you want the cheapest seat for the flight, right? You want the cheapest flight. And I go ahead and I do that, but now you possibly have a seat in the back of the plane. You're afraid of flying, or the noise in the back, something is like, or the seat, or maybe it's somebody who's tall. So the seat in the back is not always good for you. So I always just try to make sure that I give you what suits you as the individual, because everyone has different needs. So again, if someone who is tall, I'm not going to tell you, just buy the cheapest seat. Or the cheapest flight. I could get you a low fare, as low as I can get it, but I'll also try to make sure, hey, why don't you, it might be in your best interest to upgrade to maybe getting an exit row seat, or to flying business, especially if it's a long haul flight. I never recommend for anyone to fly economy on a long haul flight, but again, it's all about your budget and when you're telling me about your trip too, because if you tell me in advance, I could probably get you so I was able before to get someone a business class ticket on a long haul flight, and they would have been paying almost the same thing for an economy. Wow. Like maybe $200 less on an economy ticket. So you're trying to I think it's worth it to do the business class. Now you get that experience, and now you see, like, hey,
and you get comfort too.
Exactly. Yeah. And you get fed even more. Yeah. Okay. So so I don't always look for the lowest. I look for what suits you.
Yeah. Also, why should people still consider using a travel agent? Because a lot of people are saying, we don't need those guys anymore. We can go online, do it ourselves. The travel agents are of the past. What are the perks of using a travel agent?
That is a great question, by the way. Okay, so one, if you use a travel agent, a lot of people don't know that we are able to do packages, and especially in our in our communities, most people, middle class to lower income families, they don't have. If you have a family of 4,
right,
that everyone has to have their own seat, then generally you could spend up to $3,000 on a full, not even $3,000, maybe more, sometimes $8,000. If you're talking about flight, hotel, transfers, insurance for your trip, even excursions when you're on this trip, it can run you a pretty penny. So a lot of people don't have that money just lying around, or the credit card with that kind of limit to just pay it all at one time.
Right.
So it's great when you can go through a travel agent, because now I'm able to give you a payment plan. Okay, so that's one. And also I could make sure that I'm looking for the best package that suits you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one, because sometimes you don't know what you want, or you think you want this, but then when I explain it to you, you're like, oh yeah, maybe that wouldn't be good. Like, okay, you're looking online and you see, for example, a Hyatt resort, right? So people don't know there's an adults only, there's a children only. Say you book the one, you by mistake book the one that's adults only because you didn't see it.
Right.
You weren't paying attention. Okay, as a travel agent, that's my duty to know that. Also, say you book a resort that does include, you're allowed to have kids, but maybe this resort does not have as much amenities as another resort. So now I'm able to give you a hands-on feel and let you know, hey, I have that knowledge that I can tell you, this may not be the best choice for you.
Right.
So
sometimes people wind up paying a little bit more because they break it down. They'll pay for the airfare first, round trip or whatever. They'll pay for the hotel and excursion. So you're able to bundle that all together.
Yes.
For a
especially
better price.
if you have a group. A lot of people try to negotiate group rates on their, or try to get group rates on their own. And what they don't understand is that sometimes you're not always getting the best rate. A lot of times, a lot of vendors tend to give you more perks by booking through a travel agent. Example, if you book Excellence Hotel, they're big in Mexico, right? And you stay at one of their resorts. Just by booking through a travel agent, you're actually getting more amenities than if you booked it on your own. You could book the same room, same package, same everything, and you'll walk into your room because you booked through me. You'll have a welcome basket or welcome whatever they're giving at the time because you booked through a travel agent, because they want to especially treat those booked through a travel agent extra good, because they know that we're bringing them business and they want us to continue bringing them business.
Right.
Also, a lot of people don't understand travel agents are still in big command, because we have large companies that obviously they may not have a travel department in, say, a tech company. So guess what? If they're gonna send their agents or their send their workers for a retreat, for I don't know, a training, a conference, etc.
Right.
They're using a travel agency most times, right? So, for example, I have a friend that works for a pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
So almost every month or every 3 months, they have to go away to another city somewhere, and they all have to go for training. So they go through a travel agency that's associated with their company, and the company can choose which travel agency they want to use, and they end up using a travel agency. So who knows? Somebody out there might have a company that's pretty new, and they tell their people, okay, yeah, and they have someone, their secretary or something, booking their travel, and things can get messed up because that's not what the secretary does. That's not her thing, right? So my thing is, maybe you should look into getting a travel agency where this is what they do. So we have corporate clients, we have leisure clients, we have all types of clients that based on your needs, we're able to put something together for you. So. And
how about the places like the times for like carnivals and stuff like that, Trinidad?
Oh, we do.
BRT.
Being a black-owned travel agency.
Because a lot of people want to know that, okay, that you travel in groups when it comes to like certain events and certain carnivals and, you know.
Hey, we do all of that, especially a lot of our agents are Caribbean, have a Caribbean background like myself.
Right.
I have groups going for Dream Weekend. I
Right.
have groups going for Crop Over. Not to mention Jamaica Carnival, even Trinidad Carnival.
Yeah.
We have for everything. But the thing is, as a travel agency, we're not limited. We have access to a lot of things, such as even sporting events. So the Mayweather fight,
right?
If a fight is coming up for boxing, baseball,
Super Bowl, All-Star.
NBA All-Star Weekend, you name it. We have tickets for that. Essence Festival. We generally have packaged or can put a package together if you have a specific group going.
Okay.
Cruises, that's another thing.
That's what I'm going to ask you. Cruises, you guys have packages for cruises as well?
Well, yeah, we work with the cruise lines.
Okay.
As a travel agent, a good travel agent will most likely recommend that you go down the night before your cruise is supposed to leave. Why? Because so many things happen. I've seen it time and time again where someone may show up late to the airport, then all the flights, say you're leaving from Miami, all the flights to Miami are booked after, and then you're on standby trying to get to Miami and you can't, and then you end up having to go to your next port of call. So you missed the part from Miami to wherever you're going, to the first port of call, and you don't want to miss any part of your trip.
Or sometimes mechanical problems, weather,
issues,
delays, all that kind of things.
Even if you're driving, if you say, I'm not going to fly down, I'm going to drive.
Right.
Okay, you get a flat tire, your transmission, you never know. Things
right.
happen, so it's always recommended. A good travel agent will always recommend that you go the night before. And we could always put a package together to make sure that, yes, not only is your cruise booked, your drink packages, whatever is put together, make sure that your excursions are put together.
Yeah.
So literally, when you go on your trip, we did all the thinking for you. All you had to do is live and have fun.
Have fun. So what do you do if someone can't afford the package that you suggest to them? Do you try to work with them? How does that work?
Of course. One of the great things about it is that we always try. We have the relationship with most of our vendors that we work with. So it's all about finding the right vendor that will be able to, that will suit your financial needs at the time, because we can go through anyone. And so say we go through one vendor where we can put down maybe a $50 deposit or a $100 deposit or $200 deposit. And the thing is, maybe suppose their package is maybe a couple dollars more, then it would still be beneficial to go with that one, because now you don't have to put down a $500 deposit or more. So I've had that instance. So it's all about communication. You communicate with your client, you let them know what their options are, and let them make the best decision based on their needs. Yeah.
What would you say is the most difficult part of being a travel agent?
The most difficult part of being a travel agent, I would say, is the people not respecting what you do. So some people they know everything. Okay. And those people who know everything, who tend to go online, they try to out-shop you.
Oh, okay.
They price shop you. So a lot of people, not to say waste your time, but they like to pretty much tell you, oh yeah, so this is what I want. How much did you get this for? How much could you do this for? I have an example. I have a gentleman. He told me he's in the military. So I was able to get him a discount. He was actually going to propose to his fiance. So I put a whole package together. The excursions, everything. I mean, he didn't have to think about anything on that trip. This man would, so how much was this, and how much was this, and how much, and really try to, and to the point where I spent weeks on this, and I even waived my fee, because there's generally an upfront fee for our time. Whether or not you book, what we do is maybe charge you a fee, depending on what kind of booking we're doing, between $25, $30, or
because you have to make money as well.
Exactly. And what I'll do is I'll take that fee and put it towards your package if you do book with me, and if you don't, then at least I got paid for my time for looking for you. So this gentleman, I even waived that fee for him. And he's like, oh, well, I found it for like $2 cheaper.
Oh, $2 cheaper. Wow.
Like things like that. So it's hard because people won't allow me to do what I do. This is what I do day in and day out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you think you're getting it for $2 cheaper. There's somewhere in there where they're making that money back.
Yeah.
Like normally, whatever price I'm giving you, that's the price. You're not paying anything extra when you get to your hotel unless it's specified, hey, this resort fee can only be taken out at the resort or something to that effect.
People are always trying to find the best deals.
Yes.
But then sometimes, like, you're right, because it happened to me one time, not with this, but they're like a lot of hidden fees.
Yes.
So I think I booked something on, I went to Miami, I booked something on, was it TripAdvisor? One of those sites. Yeah, TripAdvisor or Vita or one of those.
Viator,
yeah. So when I got there, it was like a water sport. It was jet skiing. When I got there, the guy told me I had to pay $50 for gas. But he said if you had to book through us, we waived that $50. So I get where you're coming from.
Yes. Yeah. So as a travel agent, they try to, whatever vendor we go through, generally most fees are included, especially resort fees, but not always. But we are supposed to advise you about that.
Okay.
So, yeah. And again, hey, and a lot of times people will book through, say, Expedia. And you'll get, say, not trip insurance, you'll get travel protection. Mm-hmm. Protection and insurance are two different things.
Okay.
Always recommended to get insurance because you're covered for everything. But we as a travel agent, we can get you that where it's covered.
Do you do vehicles as well?
Yeah,
vehicles?
we do car rentals, etc. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right. So how about, what are you doing right now to promote your name and promote your brand?
Well, I am on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat. Well, Snapchat is a little bit more personal. But, hey, I put stuff up there, too.
Well, towards the end of the show, I'll let you do all that stuff. But you have a website right now?
Right now, I do not have a website.
All right.
I'm working on that. But feel free to go to tripvax.com. You can see that we're a real company, real people. We have trips coming up through our company. And, hey, if you are interested, make sure you say my name, Judy, or give me a call directly, and I would definitely plug you guys in.
Okay, so let's get down to the juicy part now, right?
Oh, boy.
So give me your top 5 destinations for married couples, newlyweds.
For married couples. Okay. So are we talking about land packages or cruises?
Wow, I didn't even know you could break it down like that.
Well,
give me both.
Okay, if we're talking about land packages, I would always recommend Maldives.
Maldives is expensive. A lot of people said. I've seen
It's
it, but that's the one with the water.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's still beautiful. That's the one with your
over the water.
Yes. Right.
However, Jamaica, my country, no shade to Barbados. So we have the first over-the-water bungalows in the Caribbean.
Oh, wow.
So Sandals has that, and I always would recommend that. So Sandals, Montego Bay, perfect. Beautiful. Nice. Just beautiful. Let's see. Turks and Caicos.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's very quiet and it's very beautiful. I mean, definitely. What else? Tahiti, of course.
That's 4.
For a land. That was 4?
That was 4.
All right. So the 5th one. Thailand. Say Phuket.
Phuket, yeah.
Phuket.
Yeah, a lot of couples go to Phuket.
Yes, that is definitely a beautiful, beautiful country. I mean, yeah, beautiful.
Then the other one, now you said.
So for cruises now. So now this one depends on your budget. Right? But my number 1, Paul Gauguin, he has cruises that travel to Tahiti and those islands. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, I would recommend MSC.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would recommend MSC. I have to think about the other three. But river cruises. River cruises. So whichever country you really desire to go to, river cruises. Like you cannot. So for 3, 4, 5, pick a river cruise that goes to different parts of the world. I think you can't go wrong with that because they're very detailed and they have a lot of amenities included in them.
Yeah. What places do you love to recommend right off the bat to
Jamaica? No, I mean, like I said, it
depends what they're looking for as well, too, right?
Yeah, it really depends on the person. If you're a beach person, yes, definitely Jamaica. I would recommend Barbados. I would recommend Turks and Caicos. I'd recommend what's that other place? St.
Martin's, St. Thomas.
St. Martin on the French side. If you're gonna stay, I would say stay on the Dutch side, but the beach and everything on the French side, beautiful. It's good on the Dutch side as well, but French side is better food, everything a little bit better on the French side, but it's more parties and stuff on the Dutch side.
How about people who are not really into beaches? They're more into like skiing and hiking and stuff. So what's one comes to you? What's the first thing you're going to recommend for them?
I would say Switzerland. I mean, hey, the Swiss Alps. I mean, they have an amazing hotel over there that has a rooftop infinity pool that goes on for it's huge, let's put it that way. So Switzerland definitely up there. If you want to ski, I mean, depends on Iceland, I think Iceland is a great place to go to. Iceland is beautiful, actually. If you like nature, definitely go to Iceland. It won't seem like much, but if you're interested in their history and things like that, yeah, it's definitely one place. I mean, there's so many different places in Europe, etc., that you need to go.
Don't they have European cruises as well?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. The river cruises, or you could do transatlantic cruises from the U.S. and head to Europe and then just fly back, or vice versa. So, I mean, there's so many different options. Like, it's all about what you want. If you Alaskan cruises, I've never been on an Alaskan cruise, but I hear that they are amazing. And I'm gonna try my first one this year. And I didn't realize there are also certain times of the years that you can do these cruises. So and the great thing about cruises, a lot of people don't know, you can book 2-3 years in advance. So you can start paying down on it, pay a little $50 and just
so by the time you get this already paid off for way
before your trip. So you can pay on your cruise, and then if you're going to do a hotel and stay before your trip or post trip, I mean, you'll have more options open to you, and you can really save money like that.
I guess that's a great idea, but some people figure they don't want to do that because I can pay 2 or 3 years before, but who knows what's going to happen if I'm going to even be alive.
That is why you get travel insurance.
Or things happen. So you get your money back, basically.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, people have to realize travel insurance is there for a reason. Insurance is there for a reason for anything.
Right.
So therefore, if you get travel insurance, you're also able to put a beneficiary. So if anything, God forbid, was to happen to you, then whoever you put as your beneficiary can collect on that.
Because a lot of things might happen. A couple might book it, and then next year they're not together. Or sometimes at that time, when it's time to go, you just lost your job, you're going through a lot of stuff. I mean, you think you would want to go on a cruise to take your mind off of it, but some people just going through a lot, so plans change,
Yeah, well, guess what? That is what travel insurance is for.
Right.
And everything is detailed on what they put as an acceptable reason to cancel your trip. So you just have to go through your travel insurance and make sure that whatever reason you can't go on your trip is in your brochure. That's it.
Now, for you, if you had one place to visit for the rest of your life and stay there for the rest of your life, where would it be?
Ooh, that is a tough one. Ooh, okay, so I'm a fat girl at heart, so I have to make sure wherever I go has great food. Italy.
But you love the beaches too. Do they have a beach out there in Italy?
They do. Southern Italy.
Okay.
But the thing is, you're right there by France, so France has beaches. You could go to Monaco. You could go everywhere. So Italy. I love the food in Italy. I mean, obviously, I would pick most likely a Caribbean island. But I mean, if I really had to choose, I loved Italy. I went to Milan, but I didn't stay in the city.
Yeah.
I went to the other parts, and I had a blast. I mean, the food, the language, because I want to learn Italian anyway, because I learned Spanish while in school, and I mean, it's very close, so I was able to communicate with people in Spanish, and they still understood, so I like Italy.
Nice.
I would do Italy.
Any advice you would give to someone just starting their own business?
Yes. Research and make sure that you choose something that you are truly passionate about, because if money can't be the only motivator for you to be doing whatever business you're doing. You have to actually like what you're doing, because then it won't be a job for you. It'll be like breathing.
Right.
And so I love traveling, so it's not work to me to do this. You want to go? So now my brain starts thinking immediately as you tell me something, and it's not about just the money. It's also about really making sure you have a great experience, because I always put myself in your shoe. If I was to go on this trip, what would I want to happen? Yeah. Obviously you may not like the same things I like, but I'm sure you still want to have a good time. And my idea is to get into your head, make sure that you tell me all the things that you need from this vacation, so that I could just make the magic happen and put it together for you. So anyone that is starting a business, make sure that you A, love what you do, B, make sure that you know everything there is to know about your business,
right,
or about that industry, because you have to be the expert in your business. You can't try and go and get new clients and you can't explain what your business is about. Then why do you expect people to trust you?
Right.
So when you meet people, they need to know you, like you, and trust you within the first 5 minutes. And if they can't do that based off of your conversation about your business, then you already set yourself up for failure. So that's another thing. And 3, make sure that your personal life, that you are getting that in order, because obviously that can trickle into your business as well. Some people are very good at separating those two lives,
right,
but in essence, you're human. So make sure that you try to work on your personal life and also your credit. Credit is huge if you're starting a business.
Yeah.
People don't understand it's so easy to have money.
You deal with you have a business also dealing with helping people with their credit, right?
Well, I'm starting something on this side that I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm actually going to I'm looking into becoming a loan originator. So I'll be working with real estate agents and helping people, especially those of color, own property here in the U.S. A lot of people don't understand how easy it is to own property, how easy it is to get money.
Right.
In the U.S., it's very easy. You just have to work on your credit. And the thing is, especially if you come from a Caribbean background, most people are not taught how to handle their finances, especially from young.
Right.
They're not taught. They're taught that credit is bad. Credit is not bad. The person handling the credit is bad or does bad things with their credit. It's not the credit.
Yeah.
So people need to, I mean, there's so many basic things that I did not know myself, and I was able to associate myself with great people who taught me, for free. So I want to give that, I want to help people for free fix their credit.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm doing that now currently with friends, family, and if they refer someone, I help people fix their credit for free because I had people that did that for me.
Yeah.
And it helped my life to be better. So I want to help other people as well. And obviously once I get to, and especially if I help you fix your credit,
yeah,
guess what? Then I'll know exactly where you are when it comes to if you want to own a home or if you want to own a business, if you want to purchase a building, whatever the case is. It is so easy, especially in other states. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Real estate yeah, there was a market crash, but real estate is always good to have.
But even though there was a market crash, a lot of people took advantage of that. Like the people who took advantage of it and didn't get scared, they're the ones who are laughing right now because they bought a lot of property when everyone got scared and started selling.
Yes,
so
yes, people don't know.
And that's what happens when there's a crash, even with stocks. When stocks go down, that's when you buy. So I guess when everyone was selling, some people didn't get scared and some people started buying it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so hey, listen, if people of other races can come to the U.S.
and
make bank, and I mean, I could name some races that back in their country they're living in tenements. Like, I mean, they have 10 people to one room, etc. And they come to the U.S. and they come and they do what they have to do here, right? And they start here, 10 people in one room,
right?
And guess what? Then this person goes out and does this, and they teach their other people to go out and do it, and then they start buying up the block.
Well, that's what happened too. They have a lot of people, especially here. It happens everywhere, but let's talk about New York.
Yeah.
They've been living in their apartment for like 20, 25 years, and all of a sudden the neighborhood has changed now. Yeah. And of course, we know the Jews are coming around. They're buying up the buildings. So now when they buy the buildings, guess what? You have to move. So a lot of people don't know that they can take all that money that they've been paying rent and actually go and buy their own property.
Exactly.
But some people, like you said, some people don't know where to start. So
yeah, and you know what?
I guess that's where you come in, Andy.
Exactly. And I mean, not just myself, but there are people genuinely out there who are willing to help you. I mean,
but then they have a lot of people who don't have any credit, and they said having no credit is like having bad credit.
Yeah.
And some people get scared, and they say, you know what, I'm not going to try working on my credit. Like,
yeah, for you to be a well-rounded individual as far as credit is concerned, you should have at least 5 revolving forms of credit on your account. You should. So that's why it's always good to have multiple credit cards. I did not say go get the credit card and go buy the shoes that you saw that you want. I get it. Hey, I've done it before. I messed up my credit at 18. I get it.
Well, see, that's what happened to me because I had only one credit card, and I'm doing very well with my credit, right? But then the only thing that's a bad mark on my credit score is that I don't have multiple accounts. So I said, I don't understand what this means. So I called them up, and they told me, well, you need to have more than this one credit card. I said, well, okay, I'll open up another one. They said, no, you need to have about 5 or 6 of them. I said, that's only going to lead me into want to spend it. Well, I know the type of person I am. I'm not going to do that. But still, I said, that's how people kind of get trapped because you have one card just so you can focus on that. But then if you start having other cards open, you start to get, a little bit,
You start to feel yourself.
You start to feel yourself and feel like, you know what? Let me just dip into this. I'll pay it back. And dip into that card. Before you know it, all the cards are maxed up. Yeah, well, I don't know how that happens, but
you know how that happens.
It's temptation,
that's
but
it's a you problem.
Right, but you're right.
But you gotta understand that's a you problem.
Yeah, I understand. Definitely, I agree.
It's all about your priorities.
Yeah.
When you're young and dumb, I get it. But once you've reached a certain age and you start to see life, and I mean, I've been homeless. I've been, you name it. I mean, about to lose everything that I had.
Right.
So I've been there where now, hey, what's more important to me? Is it me maintaining this good credit so that I can get to where I actually need to be in life?
Right.
And, it's all about your priorities. So once you are able to have discipline and say, listen, hey, this is what I started doing for myself.
Yeah.
And this is what helps me to keep things in perspective. So I take all the bills, right? And I write all of my bills down, the name of it, and I write down how much I'm supposed to pay on it per month. And I also put what I'm supposed to pay maybe for the year, depending on what kind of bill it is. So say my phone bill. I'll put, okay, I'm going to use my American Express and pay my phone bill. I'm going to use my, say, Visa and pay my car insurance, right? Even though I don't know if some people know when your when you pay your car insurance, depending on what company, they normally charge you an extra $5. Like I know Geico charges you an extra $5 just for using your credit card.
Yeah, credit card. Would they rather cash?
No, they'd
debit.
rather use your checking account.
Okay.
Right, but if you use your credit card, they'll charge you an extra $5 a month.
Right.
At one point, because I wanted my credit good, I'll pay that extra $5 a month. So it's up to you and what's worth it, you know. And I would use, like I said, a Visa or whatever, and pay my car insurance. And all my different credit cards, I'll pay a different bill because this is money that I was gonna have anyway to pay regardless. So I make sure that I use those credit. That way I'm using my credit cards, but I'm not buying anything extra with it. And you pay it off. And say I do buy one extra item, and then you also have to make sure that you're keeping your balance under we would say 30%.
But some people say 25% to be on the safe side. But 30%, right?
30% or less.
That's what it's called, utilization.
Yeah. So your debt to income ratio, that needs to be in perspective. So it's all about, again, what's important. Is it important to you?
Yeah.
If you're not taught how important credit is and what kind of doors it can open for you, then guess what? You're not going to respect it. The same way when you were growing up, it was drilled into you how important it is to respect your elders, how important it is to respect people when you go out, and how to act, have etiquette when you go out. Make sure that your hands are not on the table at the dining table. Make sure you're doing this, and make sure you know what I mean? So if the same importance is put on your credit, then guess what? You're going to respect credit and do better with it. So that's what it is. So even those of us who have been around the world and you've messed up your credit, guess what? If you have kids or you have a godchild, etc., hey, spend some time with them. Start teaching them about finances. Hey, if they don't have if they're getting an allowance, show them how to save money. Show them what to do with them. You know what I mean? What to do with the money.
So they don't make the same mistakes you made.
Exactly.
And it keeps going on because they're going to show their kids. And
So I dated this, he was Jewish, a while ago. Right? And so apparently what they did for him was they opened up credit cards, put his name on it from when he was younger, before he was 18.
Right.
So when he was 18, he had perfect credit.
Nice.
Like, say the mom had a credit card, she would add him to his credit card. And whatever credit card that he was added to, she would hardly use it, but she would use it every once in a while.
Right.
And he had perfect credit. Because the limit is high.
Yeah.
And obviously how much you spent on it was very low.
Right.
So, I mean, things like that. And had a house in his name from when he was young.
Yeah.
So you name it. So they set their kids up. Not everyone, but this is just one example of a family that they set their kids up for success. So it's about you changing your circumstances. So whatever you went through, don't make your kids have to go through that same thing, but also teach them how to respect it so that they don't say, oh, well, since I have this, then I'm just going to go wild when I finally get it. No, you have to show them to respect money. Money is something that, listen, it can make you, that green eye. You're like, yes, I'm gonna go spend it. No, you got to teach them how to be good. So
let me ask you this question: do you think they want you to have 5 accounts open to see how you manage your money? And also, I remember we were talking about something where if you buy a vehicle before you buy the house, that could stop you from getting approved for a house. Explain more about that.
Specifically, with our community, a lot of especially men, black men, they love their cars.
Right.
Okay. So they'll go out and they'll spend money on their car. I mean, they'll clean it every week. Mind you, they're living in there's the room that they grew up in their mother's house.
Right.
Granted, I didn't say anything was wrong with that. I'm just saying.
Right.
You're there and you'll buy this new car, but you have horrible credit. And you're making sure you wash it every week. You're making sure that you buy whatever rims you think fits it.
Right.
You're buying all new tires because you want to make sure that you're ripping the road. You're doing all kinds of upgrades to it with the sound system, etc. So what are you doing? You're being diligent and putting work into that car. Guess what? You weren't diligent, and you didn't think about where you have to live. So a lot of banks, they look at the fact that, one, you're getting a car before you actually get a place to lay your head first. So that's looked at as a no-no. Like, for the most part, you automatically get denied. I'm not saying for every case, but for most cases, you automatically get denied because it's all about showing what's more important to you. Because obviously, if you hit a financial hardship, what are you going to think? You're going to do your car because that was the most important thing for you because that's what you got first.
Right.
So that's how they're kind of looking at it, especially with our community. So it's always best if you have a car already. Make sure you pay that off and it's off your credit.
Yeah.
And now you're looking into buying a house. Or if you have one, make sure you're towards the end of it.
Yeah.
And you've saved up enough to put a good down payment on a house, and just to make sure that you're looking as acceptable as possible in their eyes.
Yeah, they'll look at it as that. So I agree, because they'll say, okay, if you go into some kind of financial trouble, you're going to take care of the car first. Because also some people, they need their car to get to work to make the money. So they're going to be like, you know what? Some people are still paying car notes. So I have to take care of that car note before I take care of anything with the house.
Yeah.
But you will figure too, like, okay, if you have all this nice car, the rims and all these things, you would want to have a house so you could park that vehicle inside the driveway, inside the garage, because you leave it on the street, people, break into it, steal the rims, all that kind of stuff. So you want to have the house first and then the vehicle.
Well, in these inner city,
like you said, it goes back to what you talked about. A lot of us, we weren't raised that way, or we were taught from a young age.
Most inner city kids, they're not raised that way.
Yeah. They just see what they see on TV.
Exactly.
Or see the drug dealers coming down the street with the nice vehicles and stuff and figure that's what I got to do first.
Yeah. And it's not always just about the nice cars.
It's
also about, they don't, like, again, it wasn't instilled in them from young that having a stable home is more important than the vehicle, because obviously there's public transportation until you get to where you need to go. I mean, now we have Uber, Lyft, we have everything. It's about getting your ideas in perspective. I mean, even myself, so I can't even say anything. I didn't own a home yet, so I understand. I did the same thing because I thought that was more important. So I'm not saying anything that I haven't thought about myself. Like, okay, Judy, you should have probably done it the other way around. But hey, you live and you learn, and it's about, now that you have the knowledge, what are you going to do with it? So I could tell you till you're blue in the face what to do with your credit, et cetera, et cetera. I could help people fix their credit, but guess what? It's still up the real work is up to you after you've reached a certain pinnacle.
All right. So before we go, let people know how to get in contact with you: Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, telephone number, websites, all that good stuff. Here's your time.
All right. So if you want to get in contact with me, obviously my cell phone is normally always glued to me. Feel free to give me a call. It's better if you just text me, and then I'll give you a call.
Right.
So my phone number is 646-801-8468. Again, that number is 646-801-8468. And my name is Judy. Judy, last name Bryan, Bryan. You could also look up my credentials on travelleaders.com. You could look for my profile. As of now, my profile shows I'm based in Florida. So... yeah, because I'm back and forth between New York and Florida now. My company, TripVax Corporation, is actually based out of Jacksonville, Florida. So, but I can work from anywhere. That's the great thing about being a travel agent, at least with this company anyway. I don't have to necessarily be in the office, but I have the option of both. And it's a great atmosphere to be in. So, yeah, again, travelleaders.com. That's travel leaders with an S at the end.com, and you can look at my profile for Florida, Judy Bryan, Judy, and last name is Bryan, Bryan. And let me see my Instagram. I never remember my Instagram name. So my Instagram is Mrs. CEO, and that is Mrs. MRSCEO_Judy, JUDY. So MRSCEO_Judy. My profile is open, so feel free to follow me. And my Facebook is Judy Ann. That's my full first name. I normally just give people Judy because people tend to forget and call me Julie Ann, Jody Ann, all kinds of Anns except for the one I am. So Judy hyphen capital A-N-N and last name Bryan. If you're gonna look
it's
for
Bryan.
me.
I always call you Bryant with a T too.
I know, like Kobe is not my family, so no T at the end of my name. For my Snapchat, it is also Mrs. CEO_Judy. So Mrs. No, not meaning I'm married. I put it married to. I look at it as married to success. So Mrs. CEO.
And that's where the CEO comes,
yes,
right?
you associate CEO with some sort of success. So
right.
That is why I put that. And what else? I think that's it. My phone number, again, 646-801-8468. Send me a text. You could also look me up on WhatsApp if you save that number.
Yep.
So if you're in another country, you can still reach out to me. I can also do cruises from and land packages from other countries. So wherever you are, I'm able to do it. If you want a private jet, I got you. You want a yacht, I got you. You need a what do you call it? A exotic car, you name it. Even hey, whatever kind of event you're trying to go for, I can make it happen. Just call me up and we could definitely look into it.
All right, Judy. Thanks for coming on the show. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad to see you doing your thing here. All right.
And I wish you all the best moving forward.
Thank you. Same to you. And to everyone out there.
All right. This wraps up another episode of Face to Face. Take care and God bless.